Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Why don't you guys sit back and enjoy this video? Let's go for a ride.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell.
Okay, so we, I guess, kind of broke down. I guess the truck quit running, so technically that's a breakdown, right? Yeah. Quit running twice. And then it tried to shut down like a dozen times. I'll tell you the story here. This started not last night during my drive shift, but on Melissa's drive shift, coming out of Central California, heading to Southern California. We're driving.
Scared the heck out of me.
All of a sudden, you know, I'm sleeping, or I'm trying to sleep back there, and I feel we pulled over, and the four-way's running. We pull over, and I hear she say, "Hey, David, come here." And I come up. She goes, "The truck just tried to shut down. A red thing came on and said engine shut down 59 minutes, but it's not doing it now." So I was like, okay, whatever, drive on, quit being a baby. And so at that point, because she already missed, I had some kind of an issue with a freeway closer, I said, screw it, I'm going to stay up. And she goes, yeah, that's fine. She goes, we don't pick up our next load till 1700 the next day anyway. So
you can sleep.
So I could sleep. So I went ahead and sat up with her to make sure everything was okay. Hold her hand. And went to Ontario. So at that point, I was like, you know, I got to check the antifreeze level, the coolant level, because when they changed the coolant reservoir on the truck, the shop guy, when he was all done, he said, okay, you're all good. He goes, now it might be low. You might have to add to it. And I'm going to give you the same face I gave him. Huh? I'm in a shop. Maybe you should add to it while I'm here in the shop. Yeah, okay. And you've got the big bottle you're dumping into it. So it's like, whatever, dude, I just got to get the hell out of here. I can't handle this nonsense no more. So when we're in Ontario, I go ahead and notice that, yeah, it's showing on the minimum cold fill level. So I add some to it, and we take off. Were you driving? Yeah, she drove us to the O2. We picked up that load, and she drove. Did it act up with you after we picked up that load, or it did with me?
It did with you.
Yeah, okay. So she drove for like an hour or so until my 34-hour reset was up. We swapped out, and I started driving. Shortly after I started driving, ding, 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 ding-a-ling. The engine shut down in 59 seconds, extremely low coolant level. So I get pulled over. And pop the hood, check the coolant level. It's low still because, you know, the guy, so I went ahead and filled it up I put it to where it said high cool, you know, until it kind of overflowed or whatever, and where I thought it was full. And I went ahead and continued on my way, because when I pulled over, the red light went out. Continued on my way. Not very long after that, it did it again. And this time I'm thinking, son of a biatch. I think I left the reservoir cap off because I didn't remember putting it on. So anyways, I pull over, check, and the cap's on. It's low on coolant. I fill it up. Now I'm out of coolant. This time I filled every drop I had in there. And I start driving again. And now the light comes on again. But this time I pull over and it doesn't go out. The engine actually shuts off as I'm pulling over, and no power steering, nothing, but you know, whatever. So as soon as I pull over, the light goes out and it lets me start the truck back up, and then the red light comes on and the truck shuts back off. So at this point, I'm like, well, I guess I'm calling road assist. I'm like, son of a gun, I don't need to be towed, da-da-da-da, gonna lose this load, blah, 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 da-da-da. And so I go ahead and call road assist. The reason I call him and didn't send him a message is because at this point I started the truck back up and the lights off. In my mind, I'm like, let's get as far as we can. There's a Flying J like 50 miles in front of me. That's the closest truck stop. That's the closest anything to pull off on, because I'd rather get to a truck stop, and this particular truck stop has a shop. So I'd rather get there rather than get towed off the side of the road. So I wait on hold for an hour while I drive all the way to this Flying J with pulling over. And this had to suck for guys, okay? Because I'm motivated. I'm moving with a purpose because I need to get to where I'm going. So I'm passing some guys. And then when I get over in their lane, maybe about 2-3 minutes later, boom, ding, 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 truck shutting down. I'd have to throw my four-ways on. I'd have to get over, and either the truck would shut down or it wouldn't, and then I would get back on and go and then pass these guys again. They must have thought, the hell is wrong with this Prime guy? He keeps getting in front of us and then slowing and pulling on his four-ways and pulling over. So I leapfrogged this thing all the way to Flying J. When I got to the Flying J, I was going to buy more coolant. And I went into the store, and when I did, I lost cell service, so that hour sitting on hold was blown. So I bought coolant. I went, opened the hood, and it's full of coolant. I mean, it's just full of coolant. It's full of coolant. So I sent a message this time to Road Assist, and they answered me back, asking, hey, is it low on coolant? Is it this? Is it that? Da-da-dee, bada-boo, bada-bee. And I pull around to find somewhere to park, and there's the Bosselman shop around there, and there's somebody working in there. So I jump out, and the guy's under a truck. I said, hey, man, can you guys look at my truck tonight? And I told him what it's doing. It's getting the extremely low coolant level and shutting down. He goes, well, you got to call the 800 number or the number on the front of the building and schedule an appointment. I'm like, all right, cool. So at this time, I've been going back and forth with Road Assist, and Road Assist has pretty much said, are you full of coolant? Yes. Or is it leaking coolant? No. Is it running hot? No. And then I told him it went into the shop because it would do this while the truck was not running. It would do this. It never did this while it was running. So it went in the shop. They put a new coolant sensor. Oh, and it had a check engine light. They put a new coolant sensor in. That cured that. Then it still did it where it would do it when the truck was off. So they put new temp sensor something, and then a wiring harness. But whatever it did, it's gotten worse. So the guy at Road Assist, he says, well, if everything's working good, he goes, how comfortable are you with tinkering with it a little bit? Man, I built freaking cars. Give me a knife, give me a baseball bat, I'll fix this truck. So he goes, just unplug the sensor. I'm like, at this point, my face says, I've been fucked up on the side of the road all this time, praying to God we don't die and there's somewhere to pull over when it shuts down. Because I was like, I already had in my mind, if this thing get fixed and it's randomly doing this, we're not taking this load all the way in. Because we had no choice but to go down some country roads, which there's not going to be any shoulder on. And I'm not breaking down in a lane and then trying to get trucks to pass.
And I kept popping my head out, worried about you because you're on the side of the road. Some of these trucks don't even pull over. They can pull over, there's room, and they don't. They just speed by you.
Well, I'm under the hood of this truck. Yeah, it was amazing. I would say 90% of the trucks did not merge over to go around me. They just
I almost got on the CB and started.
Yeah, they just hammered by in the right next to me. So I go under there and I unplug this wire, and basically Road Assist said, we can do that until we get it to a shop. And I'm like, well, I'm at a shop. He goes, well, since yours is not an actual problem, we've just got a bad sensor. He goes, just run it until you can get it to a TA or so, get this load delivered, then deal with it. I told him, well, I've got home time coming in a couple weeks. I'll do it. He goes, yeah, that's fine. He goes, just watch your temperature. Don't run the truck blind. Keep your eye on your gauges. Because if it does run hot, there's nothing, low on coolant, there's nothing to shut it down. I said, that's fine. So, and he said, you're still going to get a check engine light, don't worry about it. So I unplug it, start the truck up, everything's good, check engine light's on. And at the same time, I'm sitting there doing some stuff. I get a dink, dink, dink on my door. It's pitch black, by the way. And I'm sitting by the shop. And it's the guy that was under the truck in the shop over there. I roll down my window. He goes, hey, are you the guy that was having the low coolant shutdown warning? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, man. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, if you're not leaking or anything like that, he goes, just unplug it. He goes, that will keep your truck running and let you continue on, because they couldn't do anything that night. They just didn't have the manpower.
That was cool.
So that was really cool that he gave me, and I told him, okay, cool, I just did that. That's what my road assist said to do. But I thought that was really awesome that
he took the time to come out and help
he took the time, exactly, to come out to the truck and give me that little tidbit. Because think about it, if road assist didn't say anything, I would have been, oh, really? Okay, unplug and damn, we're good to go. That was the Flying J. It's the first Flying J when you get into Arizona. It's got a Bosselman shock. Good guys for helping me out there. So it was an exciting night. Once I got that unplugged, other than the check engine light on, she's been beautiful. No shutdowns. Melissa hasn't been calling me. What am I going to do?
When I was in bed last night, I think 3 times you pulled over.
Oh, it was more than 3 times.
Yeah, it was probably more than 3 times. One, I thought you'd pull over and then you didn't even stop. You just continued.
Yeah,
on.
Sometimes I'd pull over and the light would get down to like 20, 29, 20, and then it would go out and I could continue to drive. That's kind of how you knew you got a bad sensor going off. And it's funny because the Bosselman guy asked me, he goes, was it low on coolant? I said, yeah, it was. I go, they put a new reservoir in and they filled it up to, it was hot. It was at the low cold line. He said, well, he goes, what happens? He goes, sometimes the end of those sensors can dry out and then they won't read right. He goes, so probably, because he said, oh, it probably just needs a new sensor. I said, yeah, I just had a new sensor put in a little while ago, a month ago. And that's when he asked, oh, did you have anything done where it was running low on coolant? And I told him, he goes, yeah, more than likely it ruined the sensor. So it probably needs another $5 sensor. They just twist them in. The problem is to get the shops to do the job right. Yeah. Because obviously when he put the new reservoir in, he knew it was low on coolant. Why the hell didn't he just fill it up all the way? Why did he just say, well, you're probably going to have to put some more coolant in?
Yeah, that was kind of lame.
What? I mean, why don't you put the coolant in? You're the shop. Now you done burned up the damn sensor on the truck, almost left me high and dry on the side of the road. But that's to be expected because I've been keeping tally, and everything that's been worked on this truck has never been fixed. When you think about it, nothing that has been worked on this truck has been fixed.
Whatever else.
Now the reservoir they replaced, yeah, it's not leaking, but it caused a problem. It's still leaking oil, still leaking transmission fluid. The radar still doesn't work. Hell, what else got done on this thing? I mean, anything. And right down to the damn deer guard still doesn't open right.
Oh, the windshield leaks.
Windshield still leaks. God, I mean, anything that has been fixed on this truck has not been fixed. It's been in several times for the problem, but hey, you know what? As long as it's not DOT, well, hell, even if it's DOT, as long as DOT don't catch me, I'm running. I can't afford to take it into the shop every 3 freaking days to get fixed. You should see the amount of oil underneath this truck on this transmission, man. It's like, how do they not fix it? It's like a freaking, you can go cooking under there. But they say go ahead and run it, so I run it. Every time it goes into the terminal, they monitor it, so until they decide. They did put me out of service once or twice on it, but I don't know, maybe they just put fluid in it and say, okay, well, next time he's there, we'll shut him down again.
Well, luckily you only have about a year left on the lease.
Year and a half. Well,
you said a year and a half for the last 6 months.
Yeah, it's a year and, let me see, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's a year and 3 months. So in 8, 9, 10, 11, wait, math times 2 equals 3. So that's 12, 13, 15 months. So in 9 months, I can order a truck because it takes about 6 months to get a truck. So in 9 months, I'm going to determine on what I'm going to get. And 99.9% sure it's not going to be a Freightliner. because I can't deal with these Freightliner dealerships
anymore.
Oh yeah, I get a Freightliner. Anybody works on them, but nobody can fix them. Basically, right? Anybody can work on them, nobody can fix them. Hell, even when I get the damn PMs, they don't even do the freaking PMs right. Goddamn oil caps off after a PM's done. It's like, what the hell, man? You trying to fill the engine full of water or what? I don't know, man. But anyways, that's what happened with the truck. And but she's running mint now.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell.
David H, Melissa H, husband and wife, trucking across America. Oh yeah.